Those of you that have been following, welcome back to the channel, and those that are new, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Interesting little adventure we're on. We've gone down to just south of Oroville, Washington in the US. Excuse me, sorry. It's very dry out here. And I'm riding a trail called Whistler Canyon. I think trail is a little bit of a stretch. It seems to be mostly two-track. However, here we are. I'm going to now descend. I've already done a whole bunch of climbing and come back to this spot. As you can see, this is pretty amazing view. And this has been somewhat like this throughout the ride, which has been great. So we're going to start descending, and no fancy double block on this, just good old two-track for the most part. It will get a little technical, kind of hiker horse trail near the end, and that was definitely double block challenging coming up, super hard. And there's a little spur trail I'm going to check out on the way down too. I believe it's Black Diamond Lake Trail, so we'll check that one out and see what happens. Hopefully I can put together a little video for you on this one. The area that we just left with that bench is Windy Point, and you're probably getting the wind noise on the camera here, even with the mufflers. It's definitely windy. The terrain is absolutely outstanding, beautiful, gorgeous, kind of unique. Somewhat. It goes through a few different areas. The high point, you're in some fir and spruce and a little bit of pine in there, some larch along the way. Then it gets very, very deserty, get into a much more pine forest, and ultimately succumbs to sagebrush. Antelope sage and sagebrush. Alright, I'll stop talking for a minute. This is kind of pedally, again, uphill both ways on this one. So I'll cut you off and rejoin once we start doing some actual descending. Welcome back. I believe we're starting what should be a fairly consistent downhill portion now. At least this part of the two-track road is relatively overgrown, making it almost feel like single track. And will certainly go a lot faster than it did on the way up. It was a pretty major grind. Not overly steep at any given point, but just constant. Never let up for miles and miles and miles. And even now, I'm not even using my brakes. I put my fingers out a couple of times thinking I might need to, but didn't need to dab. And you can see I've slowed right down. Now I'm picking up again. But yeah, it's from a mountain bike single track standpoint, it's not anything exciting, that's for sure. But from sheer beauty and oh, there we go. Have to use some brakes now. Bunch of branches. From sheer beauty and interesting, diverse terrain, pretty cool. Oh, a little mud. Damn it. Forgot about that spot. All right, we got a little splashy, little poop. Okay. Little mud to make it interesting. Apparently this was a logging road. As per a plaque, just a little ways further down here, there is a plaque on a tree. Gentleman went over the edge down into this creek that's on the left, a little steeper spot than we've got here, and passed away. And according to the plaque, that was in 1946. So there you go, history lesson. At least we got enough grade here to get some speed. Good old dangerous fire road bomb. I can't take my eyes off the trail because all the rocks, which won't look like anything to you, but there's lots of softballs. Make it a little dicey here. And a few sandy spots as well. And there is the Black Diamond Lake Trail. So let's check this baby out. See how worthwhile this is. I may turn you off for a minute. Let's see up here. Up until just now, this has been a complete bushwhack getting in here. Not maintained at all. A couple of ribbons, however, so knew I was still on the right track. This seems a little better, so I thought I'd bring you back on. I'm hoping, I know it's a loop, I do know that, but it wasn't on any of the maps that I was looking at when I decided to come here. So this is just a extra little surprise. And I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Part of the adventure, right? Sorry, sagebrush. So knowing that it's a loop, I'm hopeful that the lower route that I'm going to be taking back out, because I'm working my way back down, I'm hoping it's the more traveled option and is more rideable. Guess we'll see. So this is now opened up into kind of a grassy sagebrush terrain again. It is definitely requiring some route finding skills. A couple of cairns back there in the open. Now I see a flag again up front. And with all this sage, whoop, some big rocks. With all this sage, we definitely are going to... Trails over here, I'm guessing. Yeah, this looks like it. I don't know if you can tell how bad this is, but very difficult to navigate. Oh yeah, here we go. This is actually pretty darn interesting. And with a little bit of love, this could be a lot of fun. And there's a really cool canyon on my left. Pretty certain, yeah. This looks like it. This, my friends, is what we call an adventure. Totally blind, never been here, no idea. Overgrown. Nobody knows where I am. Hey, let's make it interesting. Oh, that's a lot of water. That is a lot of water. But kept my feet dry. Love it, love it, love it. Clearly people have been in here. Lots of big saw work. Fire went through here at some point. I may edit some of this out, but let's keep going. See what we come across here. Glad you joined me for the adventure. I think I'm gonna stay here. Seems like the reasonable option. Might be a complete bushwhack at this point. Yeah. If there was a trail, where is it? I'm going to turn you off for a moment, figure out my bearings, and then we'll join you. That was very clearly a super funky spot. It was difficult to navigate. I do now see another flag. So now I just need to figure out, because I see two flags. One left and one straight ahead. So which way does I want to go? I think I'm going to have a look at this one, because that almost looks like a road. That does not look like a trail. That is just some, maybe some logging or something was going to happen there at some point. Some painted trees. So I'm going to go with what appears to be a more realistic option. Yes, this definitely seems better. Aren't you glad you're here for the adventure as I bumble my way through? Bringing you back online, that turned out to be a massive waste of time and energy for sure. Could not find a proper course at all, and yeah, it just zapped what little energy I had left and ate up a whole bunch of my day. So now I'm chasing daylight. I didn't bring you along for part of the descent. After I got back on the main track, it's just a bunch of two-track. But I got you back with me now. For this bottom section that's going to open up. Look at that. Bam. Not that some of it wasn't fun and interesting, but it just a bunch of the same, so you wouldn't be interested. And the really brushy parts absolutely shredded my arms. I think I'm bleeding a little bit on my right. Just was getting whipped. Because I was trying to make up some time after losing so much on that other little adventure. But that's what an adventure is about, right? As long as we play it reasonably safe. A lot of loose softballs in there. Tricky stuff. This is the stuff that catches you out because you think you can let it go and you get cooking a little too fast, and before you know it, you're laying on the ground. Like that little loose slide right there. Thank goodness I got a new tire on the back. At least there's some knobs there. I am not going to try this alternate because I'm running out of daylight. And it did say that there was some creek crossings, so not knowing how deep those are, don't think I'm willing to take that chance tonight. There's where it comes back in, so it's not very far. I think it's 0.4 of a mile, I believe the sign said. So not a lot. Probably more interesting than this, but so although it wasn't maybe as super interesting as I was hoping for, it was the adventure that I was hoping for, and it definitely delivered. Uphill, downhill gear, and it definitely was an adventure. So now we should be getting into the steeper, more single track horse hike. Oh yeah, here we go. Horse hike stuff. So this will be fun and interesting. But this is literally, I don't know, a kilometer or something. Something like that. It's not very far anyway. It's brutal to get up it, like I had mentioned earlier, maybe. I don't know what I added here. It was definitely double block climb. Brakes are squealing again. I did make an attempt to fix that. Clearly it didn't work. Yeah, this is super loose. Not really technical, too bad, but just super loose. And as you're climbing it, as I kind of know a couple of lines here. Definitely hike our corners. Not quite requiring the nose wheelie, but darn near. Cool little lift off. This is only 100 yards or so up the trail, if I recall. Rock hidden in the grass. Boop, boop, boop. Don't know if you caught that marmot on the footage, but they're all in the rocks here as well. Managed it. Didn't lose my derailleur in the process. And that is that. We have made it out alive and before the sun went down. So now I just got to pop back into town, grab me a few groceries that I couldn't bring across the line, some fresh meat and produce, so I can make myself a nice dinner after that exhausting, grueling ride. We shall see. I might give you a tailgate diary after this, but for now, over and out.